Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me for another episode today. Going to dive in here to the contents of a couple of hockey breaks that I did with Diamond Princess. So I'm a patron to Diamond Princess. She does an awesome job with these breaks and providing, retail wax at affordable prices to her patrons. And it's just really been awesome. So I showed in a recent video a couple of baseball breaks that I did with her, featuring 2021 baseball product, and then had too much in the overall box to get to everything in that video, so saved a couple of them. And then today we're going to go through a couple of these hockey breaks that I did of O-Pee-Chee Platinum hockey, which is arguably my favorite shiny hockey set year in and year out. So here's one back on January 14th. I sponsored a video with a blaster of O-Pee-Chee Platinum, and my shout out was to Cardwolf, which is a great channel if you are not subscribed or familiar with CW. In fact, I would ask you to go back and look at the recent care package video that came in from CW, where he absolutely blew me away and left me quite speechless with a very nice vintage card that he sent to me out of the blue. So solid guy, and very deserving of a shout out. And in this particular blaster, here are the base cards that I pulled: Tyler Toffoli, Brent Burns, Ekblad, Taylor Hall, of course now with the Bruins, Brian Rust. I'm getting a little glare here, sorry about that. Adam Fox, was happy to see this one. He's a guy I don't have a lot of in my collection, who's one of the bright defenders in today's game. Jeff Skinner, Thomas Chabot, and Sid the Kid, Sidney Crosby. Can never go wrong with a base chromium Crosby or Ovechkin card. So was happy that I was fortunate enough to pull Sidney in this particular blaster. Here we have rookies, inserts, and parallels. So I touched on this in the last video, and I know others have said the same, but the organization that and the care that Diamond Princess puts into the cards before sending them to you is pretty remarkable. You just get all these handwritten notes that break down the dates of when they were pulled, and anything you want sleeved gets sleeved, anything you want top loaded gets top loaded, no question. She is just top notch in her breaking service. So I've got some of these. This one has a print line on it, which is very common with this technology. But these are the Red Surge parallels, which I think came from Target. So we've got Blake Lizotte, Jakob Slavin. I think this one also has a print line through the middle. So you can kind of see when I tilt it, there's a dark line that goes through the middle of the card. And for whatever reason, both Upper Deck and Panini struggle when they have this like wave technology with these types of print lines. So very common issue that you'll see. Here's an Alex Radulov with the Dallas Stars. Then we have a normal rainbow of Matt Barzal. He's a guy that I really enjoy collecting. Was happy to see his rainbow parallel come out of that blaster. Definitely one for my PC. Some of these will go off to trade partners or in giveaway stacks and things like that, but I'll definitely be hanging on to that Matt Barzal. Here's one that'll be going elsewhere. So this is Sean Couturier with the Flyers, and absolutely going to send this one off to my buddy Brian over at Walkenbach, who's a big Flyers fan. Here's another plain rainbow, which is the equivalent of a refractor in O-Pee-Chee Platinum, and it's Philip Forsberg with the Nashville Predators. Pretty talented forward. Next up, we got a Brady Tkachuk retro, and I have one destination for all cards Tkachuk, and that is my buddy Sean over at Sean Stuff, who collects not only Brady and Matthew in the present game, but also Keith Tkachuk from back in the day, and really any Tkachuk at all. So that'll be going into Sean's stack. I have a feeling he already has that one, but you can never have too much Tkachuk. And then I got a couple rookies here. So I got Thomas Harley and Tim Stützle. Sorry, pronounced that wrong. But he is one of the better rookies to get out of the product. Got a lot of comments during the break that were like, congrats on pulling that one. So I was happy to see him included. I think I do have his Metal Universe card that I was fortunate enough to pull as well. So while I don't have a Young Guns, I have accumulated a couple of rookie cards of the man. And then the last pouch from the break on 114 is labeled Awesome and numbered. So if we check this out, we've got a Carey Price Best in the World insert, which is pretty wild. Really like these. That was the, I think the lone insert. You typically get one insert card, I believe, per O-Pee-Chee Platinum blaster. And then this one I thought was cool just because of how random and obscure it is. But we have a Niels Hoglander Marquee Rookies, and this is the Aquamarine, I think it's called. Yeah, Aquamarine parallel, numbered out of 499. And, as with some of these O-Pee-Chee Platinum parallels, it makes zero sense why there would be an NHL hockey player skating on a coral reef underneath the ocean, but I think it kind of works, just in an absurd kind of way. So that was the lone numbered card that came out of that blaster. And, if he goes on to have an impressive career, then that serial numbered rookie will be a pretty nice hit in the hockey card collection. So that was the contents of one blaster. And then because I love O-Pee-Chee Platinum so much, the one that we just reviewed was actually the second one that I had done. Prior to that, on January 3rd, to kick off the new year, I had done an O-Pee-Chee Platinum blaster and shouted out Lisa Z, who is one of my favorite people on YouTube, period. If you don't know Lisa, you are missing out. She is just very, very motivated, friendly, inspirational, and I'm pretty sure she watches every single video that gets posted to this channel, which is, no small feat. Always leaves a thoughtful comment, and I just love Lisa and her approach to the hobby. So she was my shout out for this blaster. And let's see how I did in the second one compared to the first. So we've got here, this is probably just base cards, it looks like. And in here, we've got Travis Konechny. Again, that'll probably head off to Brian. Derek Stepan, former Ranger. Jakob Vrana. Nick Schmaltz. Tyler Toffoli with the Canadiens. Brent Burns, one of the best beards in all of hockey, not just during the playoffs, but year-round. And then Kevin Fiala of the Minnesota Wild, which I'll be routing off to Peeps, who's a Wild fan. Also, in this one, we have some parallels and inserts. So this was, I believe, a direct from Upper Deck blaster, which came with these yellow Surge parallels. And to me, this was the card of the box. Was really happy to pull this Nikita Kucherov, one of the premier players in today's game. This is actually a neon yellow Surge, and really enjoy Kucherov cards. I think he's a big part of why the Tampa Bay Lightning obviously are back-to-back, Stanley Cup champions. He's had some health issues in recent years, but, managed to get back in time for the playoffs last year and help lead Tampa Bay to a cup, and is having a very good season so far this year as well. So here's the other yellow Surge, Timothy Liljegren, and this is with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it's a rookie, so we'll see how he pans out. I did get a third yellow Surge, but it was a Minnesota Wild card, and I asked Diamond Princess if she could shift it over to the box of my buddy Peeps, and she took care of that. So that's kind of a cool thing too. If other folks that are patrons and you pull a card that you think they would like, she's more than willing to shift it over to them. Here's a Tyler Benson rookie on the retro design that I got. And then another best in the world to go with the Carey Price from the other blaster. Also got this Sebastian Aho, and I really enjoy him. He's, in my opinion, one of the more underrated young players in the league, and was happy to see that insert. And then last but not least, on the rookies and inserts, we have this Kiefer Bellows, and it's the Rainbow. So some interesting rookies to keep an eye on over the next few years that kind of spilled out of these blasters. And on that front, here's a separate rookies envelope. We've got the Timothy Liljegren from, the base version as well to go with the neon yellow Pulsar. We've got Morgan Geekie, Pavel Francouz, and Niels Hoglander to go with the, Aquamarine that we saw from the other blaster. So got both the base and the numbered parallel of Niels. Hopefully he pans out. And then lastly, we have a PC and Good Cards envelope from this first break. And within this, we have a Tuukka Rask base. So Diamond Princess sleeved and top-loaded that because she knows the Bruins are my local team. And of course, Tuukka, having recently retired, sad to see him go, but he had a successful long stint with the Bruins, was a great netminder for many years. I used to always enjoy at the end of a Bruins win, the color commentator on the local cable TV that carries the Bruins out here, Jack Edwards, he would oftentimes end a Bruins win by saying, 2 U's, 2 K's, 2 points, when Tuukka kind of had a good game in net and led the Bruins to a win. So that always stuck with me. Always enjoyed Rask as a player. Here's a nice one. Potentially future Hall of Famer, Shea Weber, the Montreal Canadiens on the Sunset design. So just like with the Aquamarine, these are like really wild and don't make a lot of sense, but I think I like these even better than the Aquamarine. That, the effect of the rainbow and refractor on that sunset, it just really looks convincing, like there is a literal sunset happening on your card. So just really cool stuff. And then the final card from these 2 breaks is a nice, I think these are numbered parallel of Victor Olofsson with the Sabres. This is a yellow tracks, which are numbered out of 249. So a nice numbered hit there. So plenty of goods to both appreciate in my own collection and also to bestow upon other hockey collectors that I am friendly with here in the community. So, just more success from being a patron of Diamond Princess. Can't say enough positive things about what she does and the service that she offers. I'll keep it brief because I've, really gone on about that in the last video. But yeah, she's just amazing. So thank you, Diamond Princess. Amazing job with these breaks. Really appreciate it. To everybody else, I appreciate you checking out the spoils of the breaks. And I'll certainly be back in the very near future with some more sports card content. Until then, take care, everyone.